Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree and today I'm talking about action figures and dolls. Specifically, I'm talking about the term action figure to refer to boys' dolls. You see, the first action figure was G.I. Joe, and G.I. Joe was basically a Ken doll dressed up in army garb. That's pretty much all it was. It was a 12-inch Ken doll dressed up in army clothes, and they named him G.I. Joe. But because boys wouldn't play with dolls, they had to call him an action figure because boys have fragile egos. So I wanted to talk about that because for over 50 years, we've been calling boys' toys action figures and girls' toys dolls. Now, it's not just because I happen to be transgender that this topic is important to me. I was raised, as a trans woman. I've identified as female my whole life, but I was raised in a house with sisters. I had 3 sisters. And I never thought it was fair that I had to let them play with my toys, but I wasn't allowed to play with their toys. And there's this sort of sexist stereotype that it's okay for girls to play with action figures, but it's not okay for boys to play with dolls. And I just think that's wrong. Not only do I think it's wrong that we segregate toys in the first place, but I think it's wrong that we actually refer to boys' dolls as action figures. I think we need to put an end to that. I think we need to normalize just calling them dolls because that's what they are. That's all they are. They're just dolls. And I think we need to get to a point where it's okay for a boy to play with a doll instead of telling a girl it's okay to play with an action figure. Because what that does is it says to the girl, it's okay for you to submit to boy stereotypes, but it's not okay for a boy to submit to something to adhere to something that's feminine. And that's damaging to female psyches. And it's damaging to their femininity. And it's sexist. It's misogynistic. We need to put an end to it. And I feel pretty strongly about this. So I'm an action figure collector. I'm a toy collector, but I'm also a doll collector. And I've decided that I'm not calling my toys, my boys' toys, action figures anymore. I'm calling them dolls. I have G.I. Joe dolls. I have Transformers dolls. I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles dolls. That's what they are. They're dolls. And I think we need to get to a point where we just accept that action figures are dolls and we stop using the misogynistic term action figure. I think that we need to get to a point where we teach boys it's okay to like things that are classified as feminine. Or maybe we get to a point where we just don't classify things as masculine and feminine and we just let kids be kids. That's all I have to say. Stay cool.